I woke up today and my calendar again is empty. Can you relate? Did you used to have a full calendar all the time because you were just, your life was everybody else's life? And now you're sitting at home as an empty nester, maybe a midlife mom, maybe you have older kids at home, but your calendar is empty or low and you don't have anything to do. Well, I'm Selena Faye and I am your midlife guru, cheerleader, compadre, whatever you want to call me. I'm here to be your friend and talk midlife. And today I'm talking about finding yourself and finding what you want to do, because it is very hard. As individuals, we get lost, especially as moms. We get lost in ourselves because we're doing everything everybody else wants. So let me try to explain this a little different. You know, raising my kids, my life was their life. I was there to feed them, clothe them, provide them shelter, lead them, guide them, teach them, parent them. I lived for them. I wasn't my individual person. I was so-and-so's mom, you know? I mean, come on, I know you can relate, right? And so my calendar was full of things for their lives. I wanted them to be individual people. It was individually raising each of my children. And that's what I spent my life doing. And I am so happy for that. And I wouldn't trade that for the world. So don't get me wrong. But I lost who I was. I lost my individuality. And I know I don't say that right, but we're not going to harp on that. Okay, people, we're going to move on past that and look at the big picture. And that is, now I'm here by myself in my home and I don't have my kids to live by. So it's time for me to live by me. But that is so scary. I mean, can you relate? There are days I'm so confused. There are days I just don't know what to do. So I do nothing. I literally sit on the couch and binge watch TV and eat food and scroll social media, and I don't do anything. And so easily that can become your life forever, but that's not what I wanted. I didn't want that. I did that for a while, and you know what it led to? Depression. So I decided I needed to find who I was. I needed to find myself. I needed to become an individual again. I needed to make life about me, and that's what I did. And that's what I want to help you do. You know, it's very easy to get a new relationship and you become involved in that. I'm sure you've got some friends who every time they get in a new relationship, start doing everything that that guy does. So let's say that they're dating a guy and he loves to go golfing, and all of a sudden they love to go golfing and they're golfing all the time, which is great. I'm happy for my friends when they're happy. I'm not saying anything about that. But have you ever noticed that they lose themselves because they become so engulfed in that man that they're trying to impress that they lose their individuality? They no longer want to go bowling because all they want to do is go golfing, and because he doesn't bowl. Or they all of a sudden like foods. I think that movie Runaway Bride was about that, where Julia Roberts like changed the way she ate her eggs, every different guy that she was with, and one of her friends, you know, pointed it out to her. Pretty sure that was the movie. Comment below if it's not and correct me, please. Thank ya. But it is so important for us to find out who we are and to be ourselves. But that's so hard, because where do you start? You know, you're like, I've been this person my whole life. Like, what else is there to know? Well, guess what? As we've lost ourselves in our lives of being a mother or a caretaker or a spouse, we have lost a lot of things. We have tucked them down inside. Not that we, are a completely total different person. I'm not saying that. And every person that we meet and every experience that we go through teaches us who we are, and our views and values can change over time. So it's always important to just every once in a while take a look and say, hey, what's going on there? What are we thinking? What's going on? What do we think? So finding yourself is so important. Now, I have a website, SelenaFaye.com, where I have some different products that you can purchase about helping you figure out who you are, self-help books that you can answer, fill out questions about your values, your ethics, your morals, what you like, what you don't like, things you want to learn, your dreams, your passions, your goals, all those good kind of things. You can do it on your own too. It doesn't matter to me. I just want you to do it. I want you to spend the time finding who you are. And I want to tell you, it doesn't happen overnight. It's not a one and done thing, because listen here, we are always changing. And so you want to stay up on that change. So I am sure you can think back right now to when you were a teenager and the way you thought and you saw things. And do you still see it the same way? Let me give you an example. I was always against living with somebody if you weren't married. That's just the way that was one of my morals, values, whatever you want to call it. You don't live with somebody unless you get married. And I was firm on that for many years. And then I dated a man and we kind of just started living together. We did that for several years. And it completely changed my view on living together before you get married, because I experienced it and I went through it. And so now that belief, that value is different to me than it was beforehand. Now I believe you should definitely live with someone before you marry them, because you never know something about somebody until you are with them 24/7. And things become more comfortable and more lax and that kind of thing. So I'm sure you can think of a time. Get out a piece of paper, get your note section in your phone, jot it down, think about this. What is something that you used to believe that over time in life, that belief has changed? That doesn't mean you have changed. That doesn't mean that you look different or that you act different or that you're still not the person you are. It just really means that one of your beliefs is different, and that's okay. And that's what I'm saying here, and I hope I'm making sense of that, it's important to find out individually who we are. And that changes all the time, and especially after raising kids. I mean, we see and we experience so much, but through our children, through our children's friends, through our children's friends' parents, through the people we're with at church, work people we have worked through, social media. We can get all in everybody's business with that. And all of that influences the things and who we are. And so it's good to just sit down and to think about that and to realize that you're great just the way that you are. But maybe there's some things you want to do to be better. And how are you going to be individual? Start filling things on that calendar, even if it's just to go for a walk in nature, because that is so good and so therapeutic. It allows your mind to open. Get that imagination out. I mean, we were raised in an age that you played outside and that you played imagination games. And I think that's wonderful. I think we should make that for all of our children and grandchildren to do. But you had that ability. Turn the TV off, turn the computer off, write on your calendar to go take a walk. And you might become one of these people that your individuality thing that's special to you is you love to take walks in nature, or you like to hike. Maybe you do it and you realize, oh God, I do not like that at all. Like, I don't want to sweat. I don't want to stink. I don't want to be hot. I don't want to be walking on uneven surfaces. And that's okay. That's not who you are. Maybe you're somebody who likes to roller skate. Have you been to the roller skating rink lately? Or bowling? What about a skill that you want to learn? Do you want to be a tutor for somebody? Do you want to learn how to bake wonderfully delicious wedding cakes? Like, now is the time that you get to explore and be yourself. Be who you want to be. Create the person that you want to be. And I'm here to encourage you to do that. So follow, subscribe, whatever it is you do here on YouTube, but do it so that we can keep talking, so that we can keep going about this, and so that you can learn more about yourself. I learn more about myself, and we rock out midlife.